Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Blender Easy, and in today's video we are going to create this simple but cool looking looping animation inside of Blender with the help of simple and only one geometry node. So if you want to learn more about blenders, then don't forget to subscribe this channel and also hit the bell icon to get more updates. So without wasting any much more time, let's get started. So here we are in Blender, and as I said in the intro that we are going to use only one geometry node. So let's try to do that, but before that we need to create our object. So let's try to do it first. Simply hit A and we will delete all of this because I want UV sphere. So press Shift A, mesh, and we are going to add our UV sphere. Now obviously we don't want like that, so right click and choose shade smooth. Go to the top view, hold Alt Z, and go to the materials, apply new material, double click, and let's call it as white. After that create another material, but before that we need to select this portion, press Z and choose material preview. So as you guys can see, our white material has been applied. Simply go to the edit mode and make sure to hold Alt Z so you can select all of this edges, not edges but vertices, and once check out whether all the downward edges are also selected like that. Then create a new material, choose new, and let's call it as blue. Okay, and also over here choose blue color and choose assign and press tab and hold Alt Z again and press Z. And if you choose render, obviously we are not gonna see anything because we haven't applied lights yet, but we are not going to apply it yet. So as you guys can see, we are getting this kind of object, and you can increase the metallic value up to 3, let's say over here. Yeah, this looks good to me. Similarly for this white as well, if you want you can choose metallic value up to 2, or let's say 0 only, like that. So our object is ready. Now let's select this, go and press S, and let's scale the size a little bit. After that shift A, not shift A but control A and apply scale. Also control A and apply all transform. So our object is ready. Now we will apply geometry nodes. So let's select this and choose your geometry node, create a new geometry node, hold spacebar and type transform geometry. Yes, with the only help of this transform geometry we are going to animate it. So let's click on it and let's link it over here. Now press Z, select this and press Z and choose material preview. So as you guys can see, we are getting this geometry over here. Let's right click and choose join areas, and let's join this area. Let's bring this up to this, and let's bring our timeline up to this. Okay, now select this, go and choose this translate value and make it a parent with this join with this group input. Also make this parent with this over here, like this. What we call this linking. So what happens is that when you do that, you can see the whenever you're going to select this object, you can see those positions over here, and you can animate it on this axis. So initially let's make this -2, or let's say -4. Okay, -4 value looks good to me. Let's create one keyframe. I'll go to somewhere around, let's say 30 seconds, and let's make this 4. Create another keyframe, go to the 60, and let's make this -4 again, and create another keyframe. Okay, and go to the start. But what happens is over here is that if you go to the 0, and if you see over here the start value is 1, so we need to make it sure that it's this value is 0 over here. So let's type 0 and select this first keyframe and move towards the 0. This one is at 30 and this one is at 60. Also end value, make sure to choose 60. So if you hit play now, we are getting this kind of animation. Now along with this, I need rotation animation as well on y-axis maybe, or let's say on, yeah, on y-axis. Let's try to make this, no, let's try to make this on x-axis. Yeah, so we have to make rotation animation on x-axis. So create one keyframe over here, go to around 30 frame. We have to make this let's say 360 degree, and create one keyframe. Go to the start, and if I hit play, I'll get something like this. Okay, but this is in reverse direction, so we have to make it -360 and create one keyframe over here. Let's see. Yeah, and at 60 frame I am going to make it 0 again and create another keyframe. So if you see this now, we are getting this animation like this. Now what I want is that if you see after 60 frame, this animation is not in the form of loop. So I need this animation should be in the form of loop even after 60 frames, even though my animation ends at 60, but still. So what we can do, I can select those keyframe, and over here right now it's in timeline, we have to choose graph editor over here. Okay, if you scroll down, we are getting this lines, which are, one is y socket, which means our y put translate y, and another one is the rotation. So we have to select both of this by holding shift, go to the modifier over here, add modifier, and we have to choose cycles. So as you guys can see, with the help of this modifier, this animation is gone in the form of loop, which means they are basically repeating the keyframes even before the animation, if you see at this point, even after the animation. Okay, so this portion is done. Now we will go to our layout mode over here. Also go to the geometry mode first, and let's keep it as it is like that over here, and we will save it like this. Okay, now go to the layout mode, and now if you see this, we are gonna get this kind of animation. Now I need to create a duplicates of it. So let's go to the top view, let's select this, or you can select this, press Ctrl C Ctrl V to create a duplicate. Select this and go to the object transform, and over here you can rotate it on Z axis. So let's make this 45. Similarly select this, Ctrl C Ctrl V, select this one, let's make this 90. Again select this, Ctrl C Ctrl V, select this, you can add 90 plus 45. Also select this, Ctrl C Ctrl V, or let's keep it as it is. So let's not create a duplicate of this one. So now what you can do, you can select this and keep this frame as it is. You can go to the 5 frame, you can select this, you can select those keyframe, and let's try to move them over here. Go to the 10 frame over here, select this much, select this keyframe, and let's try to move them over here. And go to 15 frame, select our last one, let's select those keyframe, and let's try to move this over here like this. So if you see this now, we are gonna get something like this over here. And if you see this, we will get something like this. If you want, then you can take a distance of 10 frame as well, like you right now I choose 5, but let's see what will happen if I take a distance of 10 frames between these animations. I'll go to 30, let's select this one, and let's try to move this over here like this. Okay, so if I take the distance of 10 frames, I'll get this weird stuff. So instead of that, it would be lovely if you take a distance of 5 frames or between these two animations like this. Okay, if you hit play, we are gonna get something like this. Okay, over here, and if you see, we will get this kind of animation over here. Now our animation is done between this, and this animation is gonna be in the form of loop like this. Okay, now we need to add our camera. So shift A, go to the camera, and hit 0, then press N, view. Let's enable our camera to view, and let's zoom out. Also select this camera, and let's make this 200 millimeter, and then zoom out over here like this and bring this at this point. Okay, so we will get this kind of animation. You can zoom out a little bit, somewhere around like this. So we'll get this kind of stuff. Let's disable this and zoom out, and let's then enable it. Okay, then shift A, go to the mesh, we will add plane and press S for scaling option, somewhere around like this, GZ, and let's try to bring this over here. Press 1, GZ, and let's try to bring this over here. Now after that, go to the top view, press shift A, we will add light and choose area light, press Z and choose render view, press S for scaling option and scale it around like this, then G, and let's move this over here. Press R for rotation, go to the front view, press R, and let's rotate it like this, GZ, and try to bring this over here. Press R and then rotate it like this. Okay, and let's make this value up to 2000. Okay, and if you hit 0, we are gonna get this kind of lights. Similarly select this, shift D, and let's try to bring another one over here, and let's try to rotate it like this. Okay, if you hit go over here, and let's check out in cycles. Also make sure to choose denoise, and let's see how does it looks. We are gonna get this kind of results like this. Okay, over here you can select this front light over here, and let's make this 1000 only and then hit 0. Okay, this looks good to me, like this. And if you want, you can select this, shift D, bring one other light over here and rotate it like this, so we will get one light from this side as well. So okay, so we will get this kind of 3-point lighting effect. And you can select this backlight, and you can change the color of this light. You can select this light and you can change the color of this light as well, up to somewhere around like this or red or something. Okay, so we will get something like this. Okay, and then you can easily put this animation on render, so you will get your final results.